Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Joel Rosen and I want to welcome you back to another edition of Insomnia Secret Video Updates. If you're watching this video, then chances are you're suffering too with an insomnia problem, whether it's having difficulty falling asleep where you just lay in bed and toss and turn and not be able to fall asleep, stay asleep where you don't wake up several times in the evening to go to the restroom, or you just can't turn your mind off, or waking up feeling really tired, or all three of these. Today I want to talk to you about thyroid. Thyroid is a huge epidemic, and there's a lot of problems with people not having enough energy. They feel cold, they aren't able to lose weight, they have gastrointestinal problems, they're bloating, and they're just not having enough energy to sustain them throughout the day. I see that a lot in my office because I help patients that suffer with chronic conditions. And today it's known in the research that 90% of patients that suffer with a underactive thyroid have an autoimmunity. And so what does that mean? And what does that have to do with insomnia? Okay, let's tell you. Number one, an autoimmunity means your own immune system is attacking your own tissue. And so you develop antibodies. We develop antibodies to viruses or to bacteria or to any antigen that enters your body and creates a defense of your immune system. And we can also have immune cells that produce antibodies or defenses against our own tissues. And that's an autoimmunity. So autoimmunities are things like Hashimoto's, MS is an autoimmunity, type 1 diabetes is an autoimmunity, Crohn's disease or celiac disease is an autoimmunity, lupus is an autoimmunity, rheumatoid arthritis and psoriatic arthritis are autoimmunities. In fact, you may have an autoimmunity and you may be wondering, well, how does that relate to my insomnia? Well, let's talk about thyroid, and then you can think about that as your own autoimmunity and how that would relate. With the thyroid, I mentioned earlier in another video, it's kind of like the janitor of the body. So think about a janitor who pulls up to the school at 4 in the morning, gets out of his car, it's cold out, he opens the school door and he powers up the furnace and he turns on the lights and he turns on all the vital processes of that school to make it function. That's what the thyroid does. And so it does that for every cell of the body. Every cell of the body has a thyroid receptor, and the energy needs to be produced for the rest of the day. And so when we have an autoimmunity, our own immune system attacks the production of thyroid hormone such that it's not producing enough. And when that happens, we can have energy issues. And you know what? We need energy for thinking, we need energy for digestion, we need energy for replication, we need energy for detoxing, and we need energy for our brain to allow us to produce hormones, and we need energy for our brain to allow us to sleep. So there's a good chance that potentially you may have gone to the doctor and they've said your thyroid levels are normal. Yet they've never tested to see if you have any antibodies. And two tests that I'd like to see you get done are TPO antibodies and thyroid binding globulin antibodies. And so what we can do is we can order those tests and take a look and see, do you have any autoimmunities to your thyroid? Or you can come in and say, you know what, I already have an autoimmunity that I know, and I'm taking this pill or that pill. And the medical model doesn't actually have a solution for autoimmunities because they just give you things that will shut your immune system down, like anti-inflammatories or prednisone, or things that are just going to turn your immune system off. We want to be an investigator. We want to put our thinking caps on and figure out what is the active antigen in your body. What is stressing your immune system for it to cause its own internal firing? Is it heavy metal toxicities? Is it food sensitivities? Is it your blood sugar that's not staying ideal throughout the day? Is it anemias? Is it environmental exposures? There's so many things. Is it a combination of this? Is it viruses? Is it parasites? Is it fungus? Is it candida? There's so many things that can actually cause your immune system to go disarray and then fire against its own cells. Once we identify those things, we can remove them as best we can through functional medicine, functional nutrition, and we can support your body so that it can settle these inflammatory triggers down and then reduce your antibodies. You can never get rid of the antibodies, so it's not like you have, it's like a dimmer switch. You can either turn it up full blast and there'll be a lot of light, or you can turn it all the way down so that there's very little light, but you can never turn it off. So our goal is to identify the trigger and turn the dimmer switch down so your immune system is not struggling so much. And guess what the side effect of that is? Feeling better and being able to sleep. So hopefully this made a lot of sense to you. Give my office a call and you're looking for an alternative solution to your insomnia problem. You know that taking the medication that you're taking is unhealthy for the liver, and I'll give you another update on liver function after this one. And I look forward to helping you in your recovery of your insomnia problem. Thank you so much.